Hi, my name's Henry. Welcome to my world. That's Perfect Peter, aka my wormy worm little brother. Ah!
Hi, I'm Holly. This is From Early, and I'm here today with Theo Stevenson, and we're going to be icing some rich tea biscuits.
Let's go.
Because that's what you do when you're a child, and this show is all about nostalgia.
From Early.
But the whole reason we've been brought together was because somebody commented on my TikTok telling me that I should interview you.
Shout out to Harriet.
Yeah? What happened?
Yeah, so Harriet used to follow me on Twitter, Instagram, that kind of thing when I was younger, and also grew up in the same town as me. And years ago, you know, she used to tweet me. I really appreciate it. And then just last year, I was on the train heading into town, and she approached me on the platform, right?
Wow.
Yeah, it was cool. We had a good chat just about the industry. I think she's working in the entertainment industry as well now, so it was cool to
Shout
connect.
out to Harriet for bringing us together.
Big up.
Right, I did do food tech for GCSE.
So did I.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh,
I think I got a
thank
B or
you. Nobody
something.
else has ever done it.
Apparently I did all the soft subjects.
Me
That's what they call them.
too.
So I did drama,
Yeah.
PE,
Yeah.
I did food tech, and what was the other one? Art.
Yeah,
I did
obviously.
art.
Do you remember doing this when you were younger?
Because
like
for sure. When I was
this
younger,
was a core
I did Last
memory.
Christmas, mate.
This
I
was a core memory
really?
for me, was decorating. Yeah, I feel like people used to do it at like after school clubs and parties. Do you think my icing
I'm getting into it.
is the consistency good?
I'm impressed.
Yeah? Okay, I'm getting it all
You're
over the
used to like
sides.
painting your nails and stuff,
Oh, I
right?
don't
So-
paint my own nails.
You
God
don't?
forbid, no,
Of course
no.
not.
Go to the salon, babes. Do you know
Of
what I mean?
course.
Right, so I
Bougie.
think to begin, obviously, most people know you from Horrid Henry, right? I feel like that is probably where like
I think so.
the majority of people know you from.
Yep.
But before that, what was your first actual like foot into the acting industry? What was your first job?
My first ever role, professional acting role, was in the movie Claus,
Oh, that's like a
which
Christmas
was
film.
a Christmas movie
Okay.
by Warner Brothers. Looks
Yeah.
beautiful, by the way.
Thank you.
So I was like, I must have been about 8 or 9, and I got cast in this Vince Vaughn film,
Your
and I
biscuit
played
is
the.
dripping.
Oh shit! No way.
You can put it on the plate if you're
Damn.
finished. Vince Vaughn.
Sweet, yeah, Vince Vaughn movie,
Wow.
and I played the young Paul Giamatti,
Okay.
so the young Santa Claus.
Okay.
And I wore a fat suit, had this wig on. I was like 8 or 9 years old. Had to jump down
But
a
how
chimney.
had you got into acting before that?
So my best mate in the world, he lives in America now. His name is Jack. He went to a theatre school.
Okay.
He got me into it.
Oh.
Yeah, I just looked up to him. I still do. And he put me onto it. And,
Wow, that's so cute.
I followed in his footsteps. He's a big salesman now, innit? So
Wow, so it was like
took a
something that
step.
you did together as friends.
For sure, he inspired me.
So then when you got that film, was that the point that you thought, oh, maybe I want to do this like as a job?
Nah, it was later.
Okay.
Because at that point, you know, I was just 8, 9 years old.
Well, I was 6 when I did my first big
Wow.
film, and I knew I wanted it to be my job.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Not anymore. I do this now. But
Big
yeah,
time producer.
when I was 6, I was like dead set.
Really?
that
No,
it
I
would
think
be
I
my
wanted to do
career.
it for a career, of course, but
Yeah.
I didn't think it was possible.
Okay.
You know, even though I was doing it, I thought this is just a great experience for any kid, you know what I mean?
And then Horrid Henry comes along.
That came along.
That must have changed your life.
For sure.
Yeah?
For sure. Still reeling from it, you know what I mean? Still,
But what was that
still dealing with
experience
that.
like for you?
I mean, it was incredible. You know,
Okay.
of course, it was a journey. It was pressure though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was a big responsibility.
Well, that's a big role to take on. How
For
old
sure.
were you? You were about 11?
I was 12.
Okay.
12 when we did Horrid Henry, 13 when it came out.
So what was the pressure that you felt as a 12-year-old?
Just taking on that role, you know what I mean? Like, I was a big fan of the books growing up as a kid. Me and my friends used to go camping when we were like 4 or 5 years old and we'd read the Horrid Henry books. But it was just a big role, you know, iconic character. So I actually wanted to play the role of the friend. So,
Oh,
yeah,
why?
just because, I don't know, like, I was too shy, I guess.
Wow.
But they offered me the main role and I couldn't turn it down, do you know what I mean? So before I knew it, I was learning how to yo-yo and I was working with some incredible
Really big
actors.
names in that
Yeah,
film. Richard E.
exactly.
Grant's in that
Richard E.
film.
Grant was
Noel
in it.
Fielding's in that
Noel
film.
Fielding.
For me, it's a bit different because I was so young.
Right.
But like, I wonder when you get to do such a big thing at a really early age, how does it then feel after? Was
gonna
it
go growing
positive?
Bit of Horrid Henry.
Yeah, go for a Horrid Henry.
Horrid Henry. I'm gonna do a Horrid Henry biscuit. How did it feel afterwards? I mean, can't lie. I probably developed a bit of an ego.
How do you think that manifested as a child?
You know, I think it looked like me just lacking an understanding of what other people were experiencing. Do you know what I mean? I was so caught up in this world. I mean, a lot of people didn't even recognize the fact that I was an actor. They would literally think I was Horrid Henry. Do you know what I mean? I know it sounds crazy.
What,
but
so when you got recognized, it was more like,
yeah,
Henry!
right, exactly.
Wow.
So
That's weird.
And going back to when I was cast, I think one of the reasons why I was a little bit skeptical to take on the role was because I knew it would hang over me like that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I knew it would come with
You didn't,
a bit of a
hold on,
consequence.
what's
if you will.
that?
That's the
What's
Horrid
that?
Henry snot right
Sorry.
there. That's the.
Okay, that is fair.
Maybe
That
I
is
take
the
some.
Horrid Henry biscuit.
Should I
if
put
I've
some
ever seen
green?
one. No,
Some
I can't.
hard
You know what?
ones.
I'm insulting
like
your
it?
technique, but actually, I think
It's like I just sneezed.
I think it's
on
quite
it.
authentic.
Yeah, authentic.
Yeah. So then you do Horrid Henry, and I know that you've done some other really nice stuff, like you were in Millie
Thank you.
Inbetween,
For sure.
you're in Humans.
Yeah.
But what did you find the transition like from being Horrid Henry to trying to transition as an adult actor?
You know, I was grateful to the guys who cast me in Humans. I was super grateful for that opportunity because, you know, for the first time I was getting recognition from a much more adult audience, and that was new for me. You know, people weren't exactly asking for selfies. They were just coming up and shaking my hand and saying, "Yo, I saw you in that Channel 4 show. It was sick."
That's cool.
And at the moment, I'm actually training. I'm going back into studying the art and just honing my craft.
I
Yeah.
think that's an amazing decision, but I think
Thank
that's
you.
quite rare for people to decide to go back
Right.
into learning something when they've
For
already
sure.
done it.
Well, I never trained. That's
Yeah.
the thing. You know, I never.
Well, it's so different when you're a kid, isn't it? Because everybody, you know, people have said to me like, "Oh, you were so good in that film," but I think like as a child,
You were great in that
Thank
movie.
you.
Yo, she killed it.
Thank you, but I feel like you don't really know what you're doing, and like
Right.
you do, but
No,
you
you're
don't.
just so present. you know,
Yeah,
you're
and I
literally
think
just,
kids can soak things up, but I think what you're saying about like the craft and the art of it, you don't have an awareness. I
sure.
think there are probably some child actors who have played really heavy, serious roles who maybe experience a bit more of that. But for me, even when I grew up, I felt a similar thing. I was like, do I really know what I'm doing?
It's always tough, you know, to not have the training and end up feeling like you've got this imposter syndrome, right?
When you were younger, were there
yeah.
any parts that you auditioned for that you didn't get that really stung?
Of course.
Oh, yeah, what are they?
Of
I'll tell you
course.
mine.
Really.
So I
many.
auditioned for Maisie Williams' part in Game of Thrones.
There you go.
Imagine if I got that.
I think I heard that.
Wouldn't be sat here today, tell you that for free. I'd be in LA.
Sipping those pina coladas. Damn, getting that head massage.
What parts did you audition for? that you didn't get?
Oh, mate. Sex education.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
met the
that's a
directors,
sting.
beautiful guys.
Oh,
Apparently I was too cool, Holly. You know what I mean? That's what they
Wait,
say.
which part? Ace of Butterfield's part? Yeah, you're,
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean,
yeah, you are too cool.
Really, bless
Yeah.
you. Nah, he got a few that I was up for. Incredible actor.
So, in general, how do you think that, because the entire point of this show is to talk about people starting working in a
From
creative
early.
career from early, exactly. How do you think, like if you could give the biggest takeaways of how that's impacted you, maybe a few positives and a few negatives, like
For
what
sure.
do you think that is?
So on a positive, I'd say, we had to grow up early. You know, we had to grow up very young. And I'm sure you'd agree, I was absorbed by a very adult world, you know what I mean? I saw a lot of things, I did a lot of things, and it was incredible because that's what I wanted. I was so desperate to grow up. I was so excited to experience life and see what it was all about, you know? But then on a slightly more negative note, I guess, I grew up real young, you know what I mean? And I missed out on you know, school trips, things like that, just experiences that my friends shared. Because I was doing something incredible, I was doing something exciting, but you know, they still talk about going to PGO in year 6. And I'm like,
You're like,
damn, I wasn't there.
I wish I was on PGL.
Yeah, for real.
I know what you mean. I didn't really miss out on that much stuff because
No.
my career dried up before all of the fun stuff really happened, so I got to do everything.
Okay,
I had the
now
best-
though,
I was like Hannah Montana. I had
glowing.
the best of both.
Yeah.
Right, should we eat some biscuits?
Let's do it.
And then I also want you to tell me about like what your plans are.
So yeah, I do sing and I rap.
Okay.
And I write a lot. I love to write. That's what I've been really focused on the last few years. I mean, since I was 17, I've been writing poetry and lyrics. And that's my real passion, but I also love, how is it?
This is so good.
So good!
Oh my
really?
God.
That's a lot of refined sugar right there.
Oh, wow. This makes me feel like I'm 5 again. There's no flavor combination quite like it in the world.
It's good, it's good.
You
I like
ate it.
it.
You ate
It's
it.
okay.
Okay, but like what's next for you?
I want to continue to travel, of course, but yeah, music's where my heart is. You know, like, I think that was my first love before falling into the acting and having those
Well, you sang in Horrid Henry.
I did sing and I rapped.
Yeah?
And yeah.
What did you think? Like, in lockdown, do you remember on TikTok, loads of people were doing their Horrid Henry impressions? What did you think about that? And can you do the voice?
Yeah, man.
Can you? Oh my God, my mouth is full.
I do it, but it's, yeah. All right, ready?
I'm ready.
Hi, my name's Henry. Welcome to my world. That's Perfect Peter, aka my wormy little brother.
Ah! Oh my God, I can't believe you
man,
said that. You literally are Horrid Henry. You're not. You're Theo. He's a whole person without being Horrid Henry. I
know, I'm
can't
a bit
believe you
of
just
both,
said that. Well, thanks for coming to
Holly,
make
my
biscuits with
pleasure.
me. That was
This
so
was
fun. Yeah. Should we show our favourite biscuit? Okay, pick your favourite one.
Well, I'm gonna go with your tie-dye masterpiece.
Thank you.
She did well, right?
I like this one.
Look at that. I went on a t-shirt.